Right, Nedbank released its annual financials today for the 12 months ended December 2024. The bank reported revenue of 72.2 billion rand. That's up 4% on the year prior. Diluted headline earnings per share rose by 11% to 3,538 cents, with the bank also reporting a slight increase in its cost metrics. Shareholders are set to get a gross final dividend of 11 rand and 4 cents a share. Despite what appear to be decent numbers on the face of things, the bank has described the operating environment in 2024 as a challenging one. Well, to give us the story behind the numbers, I'm joined by Jason Quinn. He's the CEO at the Nedbank Group. Thank you very much, Jason, for joining us. So it sounds like 2024 was a tale of two halves. Just tell us about the bank's operating environment and experiences over the year.
Thanks, Nampu. It's great to be with you and your viewers this afternoon. Good place to start. If you think of 2024, I think your statement's right. It was two halves. It started off in the first quarter where we had a lot of pre-election jitters. We didn't see corporates act. We saw them sit on the sidelines. We saw bond and equity markets also go sideways a bit. Then we had, free and fair elections, a swift formation of a government of national unity. Financial markets responded. We saw debt and equity markets and foreign sales into those improve. And we saw business confidence sentiment improve further into the end of the year. But there was only targeted opportunities to grow, and even in that second half. As Nedbank, we saw opportunities to support our clients in buying vehicles and buying homes, which we exercised. We saw renewable energy and some of those projects, pick up. But we still have a lot of hope into 2025. Maybe 2025 has a similar slowish start, but with more public-private partnerships and more pipelines in our business, we're feeling like our growth should pick up, or the country's growth should pick up into 2025.
Now, you talk about having made cost savings to the tune of about 3 billion rand in the period under review, but you're reporting that your cost-to-income ratio lifted by 2 percentage points to 55.9% compared to the previous year. Just unpack that for us a bit.
Yeah, thanks, Nampu. That amount, that 3 billion rand, or it's actually a little bit more than that, comes after a multi-year journey that Nedbank was busy with to generate efficiency and productivity in our company. So a great program, well executed. We don't have a cost issue in Nedbank. There's some, obviously, in any big company, there's some cost opportunities across the place, but nothing major at that scale. So the sort of deterioration in the cost-income ratio, therefore, has much more to do with revenue than costs. And even if you look at revenue, Nampu, it actually, the disappointing performance, and it'll be sector-wide, comes from low net interest income. And that's, really a function of the macros I just described. So there wasn't necessarily loan growth sector-wide. Where there was opportunity, I'm satisfied Nedbank took the opportunities, as I said, in vehicles and mortgages, in corporate and investment banking lending, but there weren't opportunities across the market. So also, rates coming down has a bit of an impact on banks, but net interest income was where the shortfall probably was, but we guarded that well. And in fact, Nampu, on non-interest revenue, so our fees and commissions, client numbers, our trading businesses, all did pretty well. So our non-interest income was actually up double digits. And I always see non-interest revenue as a real franchise health indicator. It implies a vibrant franchise that's digitizing its client base, that's supporting its clients, and generating growth that's sustainable. So, yeah, I would call out the cost-income ratio increase as nothing more than interest income being slow, which hopefully will pick up into 2025.
So as part of your strategy, you've talked about restructuring parts of the Nedbank business. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Nampu, thanks. So, it's on the back of good performance that we're announcing these restructures, and these restructures have nothing more to do other than centering our business more around our clients. So in the past, we were a little bit more designed by product than by clients. So we will go to market going forward from the 1st of July to face individuals or people, our customer base, in personal and private banking, which will be a division serving customers right from entry level all the way through to the wealthiest. And then we're going to create a business and commercial bank, which we already have components of, but we're basically going to put it all in one place. And each one of those businesses will serve all their clients with all of the products, all of the distribution, all of the capability within those within those clusters. So it's really to kind of become more client-centric in the way we organize ourselves to face the market.
So in terms of the domestic operating context, what's the outlook for 2025 and how concerned are you about the current international headwinds that will likely impact global inflation?
Yeah, I think what we said today, Nompu, is that, global macros at the moment are volatile and uncertain. And what do I mean by that? If you look at, Western Europe, large trading partners of South Africa, France, Germany, the UK, you really see low growth. And in the US, you see a lot of political contestation. So there's volatility out there that I think will continue into the medium term, and also uncertainty in the global picture. Now, back home here in South Africa, we thought as Nedbank that we would have a shallow rate cutting cycle. What does that mean? We thought rates would come down. We didn't think they'd come down that much. And that's the way it's playing out. So from here on out, having had 3 25 basis point cuts, we think there could be another 25 basis point cut, and we think prime should settle. It may be, 10 3/4, 10 1/2, somewhere there. And it should stay at that level over the medium term. Now, that provides a little bit of further relief to consumers. Nompu, we think growth picks up in the economy. So there's some base effects within that. GDP last year we just covered was only 0.5. Last 10 years, only 0.8. We think this year, with all sorts of base effects, with renewed focus on energy across our country and sustainable energy going forward as an additional item, we think that all those base effects could be behind us, and then we should be able to see a bit stronger growth through this year and into next year. So we're a little bit more cautiously optimistic. Nompu, I just think, based on the first remarks that you asked me, I think it could still be more like H2 growth than H1 growth across the economy.
All right, we wait and see. Thank you so much, Jason, for your time. That was Jason Quinn. He's the CEO at Nedbank.